Here's the brutal truth no one tells you. Women don't want a man who chases them. They want a man they have to chase. They're drawn to a guy who commands respect without saying a single word. The second you start chasing her, you position yourself below her, and once she senses that, the attraction vanishes. But here's the twist. If you flip the script and show her you're not playing by her rules, she'll be the one crawling back. And today, I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. It's time to turn the power dynamic on its head and make her fight to be in your life. We've all been fed the same lie, that the more effort you put in, the more she'll love you. But in reality, the harder you try, the faster she pulls away. Let me ask you this. How many times have you seen guys bending over backward, planning extravagant dates, texting non-stop, buying her gifts, only for the girl to pull back anyway? It's because the more you give, the less she values you. Think about it. When was the last time you really wanted something that was handed to you for free? The chase is what creates value. And when you stop chasing her, you become a challenge again, a prize worth fighting for. This is your chance to rewrite the script entirely. Let's dive right in. 1. Why women pull back. Before we get into tactics, you need to understand why women pull away. Let me tell you, it's never random. Women don't just wake up one day and decide to lose interest. It's all about power dynamics. When a woman feels she has too much control in the relationship, the attraction dies. It's not something she consciously decides. It's just how we're wired. If she feels like you're on a leash, she'll get bored and eventually start looking elsewhere. Here's the harsh truth. People don't value what comes too easily. That's human nature, and it's no different in relationships. If you've been overly available, too eager to please, or constantly quick to respond, you've already lost some of your value in her eyes. Think about it. If she knows you'll always answer the phone or drop everything for her, she stops appreciating your presence. She starts taking you for granted, and the moment she realizes she doesn't need to put in effort to keep your attention, she'll pull away. Now let me break this down. Women test men all the time, and most of the time they don't even realize they're doing it. These tests come in subtle forms, pulling back, acting cold, or suddenly becoming distant. It's her way of seeing how much power she has over you. If you react by chasing her, blowing up her phone, or trying to fix things, you're sending a clear message. She's in control. And the moment she feels she's calling all the shots, that's when she loses attraction. Maybe you've been dating for a few months and suddenly she takes hours, or even days, to reply to your texts. At first you shrug it off, but as time goes on, it's clear she's pulling back. Your gut instinct tells you to fix it. Send her a thoughtful text, plan something special, or do something sweet to win her back. But here's what you need to understand. The second you give her that validation, you're losing even more ground. This isn't about fixing things on the surface, it's about resetting the power dynamic entirely. 2. Emotional detachment. Now that you understand why she's pulling back, it's time to introduce the most powerful tool in your arsenal, emotional detachment. When you emotionally pull back, you create the space for her to miss you. The minute you stop caring so much, she'll start caring more. And let me be clear, this isn't about playing games. It's about regaining control and commanding respect without saying a word. Emotional detachment is a game changer. The problem most guys face here is they think showing less interest will cause them to lose the girl for good. But here's the paradox. The moment you stop being available, stop caring about every little thing she does, and stop seeking her validation, you become attractive again. Think back to the last time you desperately wanted something you couldn't have, whether it was a job, a deal, or even attention from someone. That feeling of wanting it more, just because it was out of reach. That's exactly how she'll feel when you pull back. You need to act completely unbothered by her pulling away. No more texts, no more calls, no checking her Instagram stories. Become a ghost. Why? Because your silence speaks louder than any words. The second she feels your absence, she starts thinking about you again. She'll wonder if she made a mistake, if you're seeing someone else, or if you've moved on. That's when the tables turn. In today's hyper-connected world, where social media, texting, and FaceTime make it almost impossible to go a day without knowing what someone is up to, Emotional detachment works wonders. When you stop reacting to her posts, stop engaging with her updates, she starts feeling your absence in a way that's impossible to ignore. 3. Avoiding the common mistakes that keep men stuck. Here's where most guys blow it. They panic when they don't hear from her, and that's when they start making critical mistakes. They send a text, comment on her Instagram post, or even ask mutual friends about her. These might seem like small gestures, but each one of them is a step backward. They destroy your chances of getting her back. Most guys can't handle the silence. They think, I'll just send one message to check in. But here's the truth. That one message is enough to blow the entire plan. Why? Because the second you reach out, you've shown her you're still thinking about her. You've handed her the power back, and now she's in control. Let's say she posts a picture of herself looking amazing, maybe even a little provocative. Your instinct tells you to like the photo, drop a comment, or maybe even slide into her DMs to tell her how great she looks. But here's the reality. That's exactly what she wants. She's fishing for your attention, and by giving it to her, you're validating her behavior. You're showing her you're still hooked. And the worst part, when you engage with her on social media, you give her the validation she craves without her having to put in any effort. She gets to feel desired and wanted, all without having to earn your attention back. That's why you need to ignore it all. No likes, no comments, no DMS. Let her wonder why you haven't noticed. Let her miss you. 4. No contact. Now we're diving into one of the most powerful strategies, the no contact rule. This is when you go completely silent. No texts, no calls, no checking in. You vanish from her life completely. And this is the moment that flips the switch in her mind. No contact is psychological warfare. Women are used to men who can't handle the silence. They expect you to chase, to reach out, to keep the conversation going. But when you do none of that, it disrupts their entire sense of control. Suddenly, she's not the one holding the power anymore. You are. She'll start wondering what happened. Did you lose interest? Are you seeing someone else? This fear of losing you will drive her crazy. For the next 30 days, you become a ghost. No texts, no calls, no interaction. Not even a casual, hey, just checking in. Trust me, this will be the hardest part. Most guys can't handle the idea of complete silence. They start to worry, thinking, what if she moves on? But here's the truth. The longer you stay silent, the more she'll miss you. In today's world, people are used to constant connection. Everyone's texting, snapping, DMing. But when you go dark, when she can't see what you're doing, who you're with, or where you are, it creates a void. And that void is what makes her realize what she's missing. She'll start to wonder, and eventually that curiosity will turn into action. She'll reach out. 5. How to stay focused during no contact. The biggest mistake men make during no contact is sitting around waiting for her to text. They obsess over when she's going to reach out, checking their phones every 5 minutes, but that's not what no contact is about. The point of going silent is to focus on you. While you're in no contact, you need to be improving yourself in every possible way. Hit the gym, build your business, learn new skills. This is your time to become the best version of yourself. You're not just sitting around hoping she'll come back. You're making her want to come back by becoming the kind of man she can't resist. When she finally reaches out, you don't want to be the same guy she pulled away from. You want to be a completely new version of yourself, stronger, more confident, and more successful. This isn't just about making her miss you, it's about leveling up your life so that when she does come back, you're the prize. Look at some of the most successful men in the world. Many of them hit their peak after going through a major setback, a breakup, a failure, a loss. They use that pain as fuel to become better, and that's exactly what you need to do. When she sees that you've transformed, that you've built a life that's bigger and better than before, she'll want to be a part of it. 6. Use heartbreak as fuel. Heartbreak is undeniably painful, but it also holds the potential to become your greatest source of strength. Every time you feel the urge to reach out, or when the sting of rejection hits, use it as fuel to propel yourself forward. Most men waste their heartbreak by wallowing in self-pity, replaying every moment, or obsessing over social media. But you have the power to turn this pain into a catalyst for growth. Heartbreak doesn't have to break you. It can forge a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. The choice is yours. You can let heartbreak destroy you, or you can transform it into your driving force. While others might indulge in sadness and self-doubt, you can use that energy to fuel your self-improvement. Remind yourself that this is the moment where most people give up, but you're not most people. Instead of sinking into despair, channel that pain into productivity. Hit the gym harder, work on your career and sharpen your skills. The real revenge isn't about winning her back, it's about becoming the kind of man who doesn't need her validation. Women always come back, whether it's weeks, months, or years later. But the ultimate goal isn't just to make her regret leaving you. It's about making yourself so high value that her actions no longer hold power over you. Many successful people, athletes, business leaders, and icons have used rejection and loss as stepping stones to greatness. Now it's your turn. Don't let the pain control you. Let it fuel your ascent to the best version of yourself. While others distract themselves, the ones who succeed are those who take their heartbreak and turn it into progress. Every moment spent feeling sorry for yourself is time you could spend improving your life. Focus on what you can do today to move closer to your goals, and let the pain propel you to success. 7. Turn heartbreak into your greatest strength. This isn't just about getting her back. This is about building emotional strength so that no woman and no one can ever control you again. You need to become emotionally bulletproof, unshakable, and grounded in who you are as a man. The stronger you are emotionally, the less you'll rely on external validation, and the more attractive you'll become to women and everyone around you. Emotional strength is the foundation of every successful relationship and every success in life. Without it, you're constantly swayed by what other people think, say, or do. When you don't have emotional strength, every little test or pullback from her feels like a personal attack. But when you're emotionally strong, you rise above it. You become the kind of man who doesn't let anyone dictate his feelings or reactions, and that's the key to long-term attraction. Women are naturally drawn to men who are in control of their emotions, men who don't get rattled easily and stay grounded, even when everything else feels unstable. You have to start practicing emotional detachment in every area of your life. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop reacting to everything. You don't let her mood swings, her silence, or even her pullbacks dictate your emotional state. You stay steady, and when you do that, something magical happens. You become the rock she can depend on. You become the man who is unshakable in the face of challenges, and that makes you irresistible. Think about the most successful men in the world. They don't get thrown off course by every little obstacle. They stay calm under pressure, and that's why they succeed. It's the same in relationships. When she tries to test you, when she pulls back or gets emotional, you stay composed. You don't react emotionally because you know your value doesn't come from her approval. It comes from within. The next time she pulls back or starts testing you, don't react. Don't blow up her phone. Don't try to fix things. Instead, stay calm. Focus on yourself. Let her see that her behavior doesn't control you. This is what separates the men who win in relationships from the men who lose. Emotional strength is your shield, and once you master it, no woman will ever have power over you again. 8. How to make her miss you. The key to making her miss you is simple. Stop giving her attention and stop validating her. When you pull back, you create space, and that absence will make her realize what she's missing. In a world where we're always connected, your silence will speak volumes. When you're always available, she has no opportunity to miss you. But when you go quiet, when you stop reacting and engaging, she starts to notice your absence. That's when she begins to feel the void you left. In today's world, women are surrounded by attention, likes, texts, compliments, and constant validation. But all that attention is just noise. When you go silent, you cut through that noise. She starts wondering why you're not texting or liking her posts, and that curiosity creates attraction. Imagine you're the guy who always reacts to her Instagram posts, liking her pictures and commenting on her stories. It might seem like showing interest, but to her, you're just another guy vying for her attention. When you stop reacting, When you don't like her latest selfie or comment on her post, she'll notice. That's when your attention becomes valuable. When she posts a story or a photo and you don't react, she'll start wondering, did I lose him? Is he seeing someone else? That uncertainty, that mystery, makes her think about you more. The less you engage, the more she'll miss you. If she tries to get your attention with thirst traps or indirect messages on social media, stay cool and don't react. Let her feel that you're out of reach, and the lack of response will drive her crazy. Your silence, in an era of constant communication, becomes the most powerful tool you have. When she realizes you're not like everyone else, chasing after her, she'll start chasing you. The less you show up in her notifications, the more she'll wonder what changed and the more she'll miss you. Your absence becomes your presence, and it's this silence that will make her miss you the most. 9. What to do when she finally reaches out. When she finally reaches out, it's crucial to stay composed and avoid falling back into old patterns. This is your opportunity to demonstrate that you've changed, that you're no longer the guy who was overly dependent on her attention. Keep your response brief, confident, and give her the space to work for your attention. The key is to avoid looking eager. She's reaching out to test the waters, whether out of curiosity, nostalgia, or a need for validation. Regardless of the reason, responding immediately with a long emotional message only shows her that you still crave her validation. Instead, remain calm and signal that you're doing well without her. Let her see that you have a life of your own, one that doesn't revolve around her. For instance, if she sends a casual message like, "Hey, how have you been?" don't reply immediately. Wait a few hours or even a day before responding, and keep it brief. "I've been good, busy with some projects. How about you?" This response shows you're moving forward and signals that you're no longer emotionally attached. By making her work for your attention, you create uncertainty, which is exactly what you want. It makes her wonder if you've moved on or if you're seeing someone else. The goal is to maintain the upper hand in the power dynamic and avoid jumping back into old habits. If she suggests meeting up, don't rush into it. Play it cool and respond with something like, "I've got a busy week, but we'll see." This shows that she's not your priority, and if she wants your time, she'll have to earn it. Women are drawn to men with purpose and independence, and when you don't drop everything for her, it makes you more attractive. Keep your emotions in check and focus on self-improvement. Let her see the better version of you, the one who doesn't need her approval to feel fulfilled. 10. Setting boundaries and reclaiming your power. Once she returns, the power dynamics need to shift. You can't return to the previous situation where she held the upper hand. This time, it's about setting boundaries and reclaiming control. Make it clear that you're not the man who will chase after her anymore. If she wants to remain in your life, she must respect your new terms. When she reaches out, don't just welcome her back as if nothing changed. You need to reset the relationship, showing that you now prioritize yourself above all else. The version of you she's familiar with, the one who was constantly available, no longer exists. She needs to see that you've grown into someone who values his time and energy. If she wants to be part of your life again, she must earn that right. Don't give her the same access you once did. Set boundaries calmly but firmly, explaining that you expect respect and consideration moving forward. Let her know that past behavior is no longer acceptable. When she reaches out, keep your responses light and controlled. Don't rush to meet up or have long conversations. If she asks to meet, let her know you're busy and will get back to her when you have time. Your time is valuable, and she can't expect to be your top priority anymore. Consistency is key. If she tests your boundaries, stand firm. If she crosses the line, be prepared to walk away without hesitation. You've evolved into a high-value man who commands respect, and you won't tolerate disrespect or manipulation. Setting boundaries ensures the power dynamic remains balanced and in your favor. This process isn't just about getting her back. It's about becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to chase or settle. You are the prize now. By focusing on your growth and maintaining emotional strength, you've transformed into someone who can walk away if necessary, preserving your dignity and control over your future. Conclusion: becoming a high-value man. She can't resist. This isn't just about fixing a broken relationship. It's about fixing yourself. When you put in the work to elevate your life, you'll become a high-value man that not only attracts one woman, but multiple. This is what makes you unstoppable. You are no longer the guy begging for her approval. You are the man who commands respect effortlessly. She'll notice, everyone will notice. And when she comes crawling back, it won't matter whether you take her back or not. By then, you'll have become the kind of man who's in control of his destiny, and that is what truly matters. Now it's time to act. This isn't a video you watch and forget, it's a wake-up call. If you're serious about taking control of your life, it starts now. Don't sit back and let the same old patterns run your relationships. It's time to become the high-value man you were always meant to be. If you're ready to turn your pain into power, to stop chasing and start living on your own terms, then hit that subscribe button right now. This channel is where you'll find the tools, mindset, and strategies to elevate every aspect of your life. Like this video if you found even one piece of advice that hit home, and share it with someone stuck in the same cycle. Don't wait for change, create it. The first step to becoming the man who commands respect and attention starts here.